Have you ever tried to run a query in your database, only to be met with an error that leaves you scratching your head? It's frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're tackling the issue of the distance sphere function not existing in MariaDB. I completely understand how annoying it is when you're trying to get all locations around you, and suddenly, your query fails. You're not alone in this. Many users face similar issues when working with spatial functions in databases. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, why does the function distance sphere not exist in MariaDB? They provided a query that should work, but received an error message instead. Sound familiar? Let's dig into this together and find a solution. So, what could be causing this issue? The distance sphere function is part of the spatial extensions in MySQL, but it may not be available in your version of MariaDB. We'll break it down step by step so you can understand what's going on. And don't go anywhere. I've got a crucial tip at the end that will help you work with spatial data in MariaDB more effectively. To resolve the issue with the distance sphere function, the user should first check if the spatial extensions are enabled in their MariaDB installation. This is crucial because the function is part of the spatial features. If the spatial extensions are not enabled, the user will need to enable them. This can typically be done by modifying the MariaDB configuration file. After enabling the spatial extensions, the user should restart the MariaDB server to apply the changes. This step is essential for the new settings to take effect. Once the server is restarted, the user can test if the distance sphere function is now available. They can do this by running a simple query to check its existence. If the function works correctly, the user can then modify their original query to retrieve locations around their specified point. This will allow them to find nearby locations as intended. Did you know? MariaDB was created as a fork of MySQL, and it aims to maintain compatibility while adding new features. It's like having a sibling who wants to be just as good, but with their own unique flair. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution is provided by another user who suggests checking out a blog that discusses various methods for finding the nearest locations in MySQL and MariaDB. This resource includes a stored function developed by the user to help with distance calculations. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using the function distance instead of distance sphere. This function can help you calculate distances in MariaDB. Here's the crucial tip I promised. Always check the documentation for the version of MariaDB you are using. This will save you time and help you avoid running into unsupported functions. And there you have it. You should now have a clearer understanding of why the distance sphere function isn't working in your MariaDB setup. Remember, keeping your database updated is key. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our bonus tip on working with spatial data.